Damn, Rachel. It's like the Asian Bachelor.
I feel glorious, glorious. If you loved this rom-com, you're probably already planning your trip to Singapore. Welcome to MojoTravels, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 crazy rich Asians locations you can visit in real life. Are you a fan of our videos? Be sure to subscribe to MojoTravels and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at real-life spots that the characters visit in this ultra-popular 2018 hit. Because we'll be discussing some major plot points, a spoiler alert is now in effect.
You really should have told me that you're like the Prince William of Asia.
That's ridiculous. Much more of a Harry.
Number 10. Sentosa.
Welcome to Singapore's sunny island of Sentosa.
When Nick and Colin escape the bachelor party from hell, on a helicopter of course, they find themselves on a secluded island that seems like paradise. While it may look like they've got the entire place to themselves, Sentosa Island, where the scenes were shot, is actually a popular tourist attraction and is even home to Universal Studios Singapore. Sentosa is located off the main island of Singapore, but is only a short drive from the bustling city center. There's a ton to do here, and it makes for a great little day trip. Number 9. The Cheong Fatt Mansion.
Don't you want Nick to be happy?
I know you're not what Nick needs.
One or perhaps the most climactic moments in the film take place between Rachel and Eleanor in a mahjong parlor. While the movie made it seem like this confrontation took place right in the middle of the city, the cast and crew actually traveled to Malaysia to film it. They chose Cheong Fatt Mansion as their location for this scene, which in real life isn't a mahjong parlor, but a hotel. So if you're interested, you can even stay there. And this won't be the only time Malaysia subs in for Singapore in the film. Number 8. Raffles Hotel.
Singapore for spring break. Colin's wedding.
Nick decides early in the film that he won't be staying with his family while he and Rachel visit Singapore because Eleanor won't let Rachel stay with him. So the couple stays in a hotel. And while we don't get to see too much footage of the exterior, we know from a few key shots that they stayed at the famous Raffles Hotel. They stay in the presidential suite, and you can too if you want to recreate their romantic trip. The hotel is currently undergoing some renovations, but it'll be back in business as of 2019. Number 7. Carcosa Seri Negara. The epic compound that Nick's family owns, Tyrosol Park, sadly does not exist in real life. The concept of a private oasis in the middle of Singapore has intrigued many fans of both the book and the movie. But in fact, almost all of the shots of the property were done in Malaysia rather than Singapore. Luxury hotel Carcosa Seri Negara in Kuala Lumpur stood in as the mansion itself, and you can book yourself a room there if you want to feel like you're part of the Young family. Number 6. Changi Airport.
你要保重啊。会的。
Singapore's fantastic, cutting-edge Changi Airport is pretty much an attraction and destination itself. Nick and Rachel may not spend long here in the movie, but you might never want to leave. Skytrax has voted Changi the world's best airport for 6 years running, and it's easy to see why. There are plenty of shopping and dining options, but beyond that, there are 2 movie theaters, an indoor butterfly garden, gaming options, and tons of green space. Number 5. Newton Food Center.
If you are visiting Singapore and you want a quick sample of what true Singaporean food is, this is the place.
When Rachel and Nick first arrive in Singapore, the first place that Colin and Araminta take them is to a hawker center to taste some of the local delicacies. In the book, the group travels to Lau Pa Sat, but it seems that for the film they decided to switch things up and head to Newton Food Center, which author Kevin Kwan claims is his favorite in the city. You might be overwhelmed by what to try there, but you really can't go wrong. And because there are so many options, you can always plan a second visit. Number 4. The Four Seasons Resort Langkawi.
Hi, Salamat Datang and welcome to Four Seasons Resort Langkawi.
We already mentioned Colin's disastrous bachelor party, but what about Araminta's luxurious bachelorette? The scenes where things really take a downward turn for Rachel were filmed at the Four Seasons Resort Langkawi in Malaysia. In the movie, this is Araminta's family's private property, but in real life you can totally stay there. It's a beautiful and relaxing spot with some truly incredible views. And we can pretty much guarantee that you won't find a bloody fish in your bed if you do. Number 3. Gardens by the Bay. You may have thought that the spot that Colin and Araminta's wedding reception took place looked like something out of a fantasy or sci-fi extravaganza, but it was filmed in a popular real-life location in Marina Bay. Gardens by the Bay is a huge nature park in the center of the city, and the specific spot where they threw their party was the otherworldly Super Tree Grove, with its numerous plant-covered tree sculptures. Every night, the area hosts Garden Rhapsody, where the trees come alive in a light show that's set to popular music. Number 2. Chimes.
I'm Colin's best man. Don't you want to see where I grew up?
The entire film is leading up to Colin and Araminta's wedding, and when the event finally takes place, it surely does not disappoint. They host their ceremony at Chimes, a well-known building in Singapore that used to be a convent, but was converted into a multi-use cultural and entertainment space. Though the majority of the building no longer has religious affiliation, there is still a chapel that can be used for weddings or other events. However, we're pretty sure that water feature is pure movie magic though. Number 1. Marina Bay Sands. The very last scene of the film, when Nick and Rachel are triumphantly celebrating their engagement, takes place in an unknown luxury spot, until the camera pans out to reveal that it's all happening on top of the Marina Bay Sands. This hotel has become emblematic of Singapore and dominates the city's skyline. The unique architecture of the building also makes it look like something out of a much more special effects-laden movie, but it is very much real, and is one of the premier destinations to see when visiting Singapore. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MojoTravels, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.